In a world full of noise and endless distractions, where the city never sleeps and voices compete to be heard, one podcast dares to cut through the chaos. Welcome to the Oracle 19 podcast, where truth meets thought and bold ideas spark conversations that shape our urban world.
Welcome to a brand new podcast. Excuse me. And this is the Oracle 19. And my name is Mr. Greatness. Another week has gone by. We keep on rolling along. I have a little bit of a sore throat, so y'all guys forgive me if I sound a little hoarse. You know, it's the season. It's still winter, so. But I have my moringa tea. So we're going to get through this moment. Again, welcome to the brand new podcast. And my name is Mr. Greatness. And we have different links to other affiliates if you want to support us. www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. We have a Patreon channel, which we have videos that is not posted on YouTube. And we have digital artwork, and we do consulting services as well. www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. Now, if you want to put your business on this platform, you can email us. You can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's the same email if you want to make a donation via PayPal, a little free will offering, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Any general inquiries, you can email us at the Oracle19 at the Oracle19radio.com. Again, that's the Oracle19 at the Oracle19radio.com for general inquiries. Now, I do have to say, you can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is evolutionoflondon.com, which is our baby shopping mall for a wide range of products. Men's, kids, ladies' clothes, house products, jewelry, cologne, perfume, over 10,000 products. So that's evolutionoflondon.com or evolutionoflondon.org. ORG for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products for personal as well as business use. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars from scented to unscented. Now the scented candles are from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, rose, blueberry, just to name a few. So if you want to place an order for these luxury candles, over 35 plus burning hours, email the company at royalty9international@gmail.com. You'll find them on Instagram and TikTok, Royalty9 International. So like, subscribe, and share to their platform. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, you can email him at healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. That's healthfitnessconsultant1@gmail.com. Music, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. We have a whole wide range of different beats. And so once you go to his YouTube channel, you'll see his other social media sites. So like, subscribe, and share to Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And Continue to Train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel to open up your third eye. So if you want to do me a favor, help me help you, subscribe to the Greatness 19 channel and check out all their videos, shows. It's over 1,300, about over 1,400 shows. So, and it's rolling along. So subscribe to the Greatness 19 channel, as well as Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel. So you can show your support with both of those two YouTube channels as well. I definitely will appreciate that. Mr. MR period Evolution of London. And again, that's the health and wellness channel. Now, the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, both of those on YouTube, of course. Rumble.com, can't forget that. Rumble.com, just type in the Oracle 19 on that platform. And finally, our internet radio website. You'll find content there as well. www.theoracle19radio.com. Now, before I start, let me sip a little tea. I'm gonna try to go through this show as long as I possibly can. Not everything is you have good days, bad days, that's for sure. And my voice is not the greatest, but it happens. We talk a lot. So we're going to get through this. Today I'm going to talk about racism in Hollywood. Racism in Hollywood. Now, this has been a long-standing issue for decades, years, hundreds, over 100 years, from the early 1900s to now. And in the early 1900s, I would say from 1900 to like 1950, black actors were often limited to servants or criminals and comedy roles. Well, isn't this still going on today, actually? You have had in that era too, white actors frequently use blackface. And in that era as well, you had stereotypes of, you say, black women being fat, dark skinned, and they was forced to be maids and servants and so forth. Some white people will say that's the good old days. And during that era, black people was forced to sit separately in the ceremonies, like the Oscars. There was a lady named Hattie McDaniel. She became the first black Oscar winner in 1940, and for the movie Gone with the Wind. But she was forced to sit separately at the ceremonies due to segregation, because segregation was going on at that time. So, and just as a even footnote, Asians and Latin actors was really they was non-existent unless they looked white. Like Desi Arnaz, who was married to Lucille Ball. This was in the 1950s. Now, he was a Cuban actor, but when he slicked his hair and it was in black and white TV, now what you knew he was Latin because of his accent, but if you took away his accent, he'd just be looking like a regular white man, passed for Italian or something like that, or a Spaniard from Spain or something like that, at the very least. But that was the eras in the 1900s, from approximately 1900 to 1950. So just to give you an idea, now in the 1960s, from that point to 1990s, let's just go deal with the 60s for a moment. You have Sidney Poitier, who became the first black man to win Best Actor in 1964. There was more diversity in the 1960s, but still limited roles. It's always, and in general, black people was always depicted in a subservient manner, even leading on to now, but it's very covert, indirect. It's still biasness today. But you had black producers was able to get in Hollywood and change the narrative. Black producers like Spike Lee helped change, again, the narrative of things. Plenty more producers. I just, top of my head, I just thought about Spike Lee. But still, it remains overwhelmingly white. So that really haven't changed. Leading on to now, from the 2000s to now, it's still a lot of biasness and pay gaps and typecasting. A lot of black actors, even to this day, is in gang role movies or sidekicks to the white actor, or just playing like a buffoon or a clown. Even if one show made black people, let's say the Cosby Show in the 80s, where Bill Cosby was a doctor and the wife was a lawyer and they had 5 children. They was an upper middle class family. For every one Cosby Show, you had 10, 15 buffoonery shows. So that was put out there. So it's been always biasness going on, even leading on to this day and time. And even you had a lot of white actors that was entertainers in general that was straight racist, or put out a lot of racist ideologies. And these, even leading to this day, you have a lot of white actors that have a racist philosophy, put it like that. And that's just a microcosm of life in general. I'm going to mention some, let's say, alleged actors from the yesteryears, early 1900s, or leading on to today. You had John Wayne. Now, he was labeled as, American hero, or, a man's man, just a make America great type of guy. And in 1971 Playboy interview, John Wayne made a statement expressing his belief in white supremacy. And he felt until Black Americans were educated to the point of responsibility. He also made controversial remarks about Native Americans and indigenous land rights. He was a piece of work. He felt, and he wasn't the only one. There's plenty. And see, we look up to these guys. He was a top actor in the 60s and 70s, so forth. 50s, I believe, too. Mel Gibson. Now, in 2006, Mel Gibson was arrested for DUI and made anti-Semitic remarks towards a police officer, and later recordings surfaced of him making racist remarks during a personal dispute. I heard that one. That's in social media about Black people. And then he later apologized, which that's always the case. And you'll find him on a lot of popular movies. This is why I tell people, don't get hyped up over these actors and actresses, because you don't know their background, you don't know their belief system, you don't know where they stand, you don't know their hygiene, etc. You're just going by what you see on TV, their looks, their personality. Totally different in real life. Mark Wahlberg, as a teenager in the 1980s, he made comments racially motivated assaults. Later, he apologized, which, again, they all do. It's just what it is. See, a lot of times when people make remarks, they are who they are. They just obviously got to apologize because they still making money. They still have Black people support. And they don't want to destroy their brand. But people still have that in their heart. And I'm willing to bet you, I'm speaking in general, when they're among their close friends or in their house, you hear a lot worse. And they will express their true feelings. See, this is why I look, me personally being a Black man. See, I don't put my trust in white people collectively. I don't put my trust in white people collectively. I always look at them side-eye until further notice. Until they show me, because a lot of times white people in general will show you. Now, is it all, every? Of course not. I will never say all and every. But a lot and most, I stand on that one. My personal opinion. if you just sit back, they will show you exactly who they are. They will show you who they are. The devil will come out of them, and they will make racist remarks, a little slick talk. People are who they are, whether it's in Hollywood or everyday life. They will show you. The country is made up of that. Now I'm gonna go over the top and say this: the white people that conquered the land is racist. The white people in power is racist. Why I could say that? Because the diversity, if it was truly on the up and up, it would be on par in terms of diversity in corporate America or corporate North America or corporate Europe. It would be on par with representation of black actors. Black actors, same pay rate. It wouldn't be stereotypes of black people. It wouldn't be no back end stereotypes or indirect stereotypes. It would be more on the up and up, but it isn't, and it will never be. Yeah, they will allow certain black people to shine, to get proper roles, but for every one black man that gets or black woman that gets a proper role, you get thousands that will get improper roles, or I say hundreds. And that's a fact, not a fiction, because you see it within Hollywood and you see it in general society, because Hollywood is just a microcosm of what it is in society. And it is what it is. People are who they are. So, black people, you have to establish more things on your own. Even in Hollywood, you have to. I know certain black actors they have the extra money, like a Tyler Perry, and he have his own studio. More black people. Here's the reality: you have to take it back to your ancestors, our ancestors in the 1800s, 1700s, early 1900s. We develop our own land. Well, now on the land, we establish businesses, banks, schools, jobs, infrastructures within our community. And it's no different from Hollywood. You have to have more black people become independent. And see, the one great thing, black people, about this world we in, social media, it's easier. Just as a heads up, it's easier to be independent. Have independent movies. Download it on YouTube. It don't have to be big production, 2 hours and 3 hours, so forth. There's a lot of black producers that have established movies and now they got bigger. I'm thinking of this gentleman named Big Ja. He established certain things, little clips, little short clips, and now his movies is on Tubi, Tubi, another site where a lot of independent black people can produce a movie and download or upload it on Tubi for, I guess, whatever price, I don't know. but there's more opportunities you can do independently, so you can still make money, and you don't have to go the Hollywood way. Now, the Hollywood way obviously is more lucrative, because if you lucky, you can get more money 100 times over than independent. But the price you have to go through, the price you have to pay to go through the nonsense of Hollywood, the things you have to do, you have to lessen yourself to be a black man or black woman. And only a few is lucky that they don't have to lessen themselves, but still you got to go through a heck of a lot dealing with these white producers and big time companies, production companies, and you got to deal with their natures, their homosexual natures, their racist natures, etc. We just say alleged. So you got to go through a lot. Just like you got to go as a black man, you got to go through a lot when you work for corporations. Same principle. Same thing if you're an athlete, black athlete. You got to go through a lot to get your millions. I can only imagine. A lot of people don't really look at it in this perspective. Like, and I talked about this, like a LeBron James. And I'm going to bring it back to racism in Hollywood. Just walk with me with this. But guys like LeBron James, for the millions and millions of dollars he's receiving, the daily aggravation he got to go through, nobody can imagine that. Here you're a grown man, and because fans feel that they paid for a ticket for maybe one game or a season, they have this mentality, especially white people, that they own you. They pay for your salary. They quick to say that. They quick to say, I'm paying your salary, so you got to be out here to perform every day. Not caring you're a human being. They feel, well, you get millions of dollars, it doesn't matter. You obligated. You can't never get sick. You can never take a day off. If you take a day off, why? Why are you doing that? Because I'm a season ticket holder. I'm paying your salary. This is their mentality. And then you picture LeBron James, you got a little snot-nosed teenager, 16 years old, at the stadium, and he's talking crap from the stands, talk about your mother or your family or your wife and stuff like that, and making stupid comments. And then especially if you're in these racist cities like New York City and Boston and Philly, you go to those stadiums and it's nothing like white people. They get a little beer in them and they get beside themselves. There's countless cases where in general you get white people throwing banana peels on the ground or making racist comments. Your athletes will tell you that. There's countless stories. They just ignore it because that's part of the MO. White people feel they paid the ticket so they could say whatever to you. Call you a monkey, or throw banana peels on the ground and things like that. That happened in sports to black athletes in general. I forgot if it was, I think, in hockey and stuff, a black athlete, but in Philly. But those stadiums is known to be hostile. New York City fans, white fans particularly, Philly, Boston. And I said this to people, the most racist cities, it's not Mississippi. It's places like New York City. I know, I lived there. You can't go to certain neighborhoods in Brooklyn. I know me growing up, especially Howard Beach in Queens, Bensonhurst. you step foot in there, especially in that era, that era I was in, you if the people didn't question you while you was in the neighborhood, the cops would. And this is in Brooklyn, USA. And all my peoples, they can vouch to that, especially the ones that lived all their life in New York City. This is fact. So to bring it back to racism in Hollywood, what it's outside of Hollywood is just a microcosm of what it is in life. A lot of these actors, black actors and actresses have to go through a heck of a lot to get their millions. It's just what it is. So a lot of people don't know about behind the scenes. They just think, oh, these guys has made it, millionaires, and they live a good life. They're able to pay their bills 10 times over. You got a lot of racist actors, but then they say, I'm sorry. You have like a Roseanne Barr in 2018. She tweeted about former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett using language widely condemned as racist. White people have a tendency, they thinking all black people talk, yo, what it is. Yeah, it's real out here. Yo, and think that's the language. And they pass it to other races, other different races, and they thinking, stereotype of just black people. It's just yo, and or black people only thing they're about is, being criminal minded, which is believable, and talking, we say jive talk, Jive, jive talk, like yo, yeah, what it be like, and they really believe that is the language. And one of my pet peeves, personally, is when strangers. See, I'm mixing up when I talk about racism in Hollywood. I'm bouncing back and forth outside of Hollywood, and I'm bringing it back. But again, just walk with me. I cannot stand when white people are other races and they don't know me. Yeah, brother, what's up, brother? First of all, you're not my goddamn brother. I want to say that so bad. But the only thing I let certain things slide because they trying to be very, very genuine or trying to relate. But one day somebody's going to catch me in that mood. And as I'm getting more older, I'm getting more ornery, that I can admit. So stay tuned. That might be coming soon with Mr. Greatness. You're not my goddamn brother. Stop saying brother. Unless you part of a certain organization or whatever. But I hear, randoms, people, see you first time. Yeah, brother, I take care of you, brother. Just say, sir. Don't be like, yo, brother. I take yo, bro. I mean, I'm on the phone actually conducting business, customer service rep. Because obviously, I don't sound white. I'm just an educated black man. I don't need to sound like Tiger Negro Woods. But no, let me stop. I'm just poking. But I sound me, just an educated black man. So you can tell what ethnicity I am. And I don't try to be anything different, just an intelligent black man that know how to speak. That's it. As one time a white woman said, he knows how to speak well. He knows how to speak well. Like I was supposed to beat my chest and say, Oga boga boga, Oga boga boga. Guess that's all you think I could relate? But I'm on back to the customer service. trying to transact business. Already he's getting jive with me. Yeah, brother. Yeah, this is not appropriate. Personally, you in customer service. This is business here. Not all that yo. Yeah, brother. Yo. Don't worry about it. I got you. What? Like in my mind, what is this? Yeah, I could, first of all, you don't know my age. I'm not a teenager. Second, you don't, this is business. All of that, yo, jive talk. Yeah, brother, I got you. Yeah. I don't like that. And a lot of black people don't like that. You're not my goddamn brother. Stop it, white people and other races. Stop saying brother, yo. Just call me by my name or sir if you don't know my name. That's appropriate. But all that brother, yo. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yo, don't do that. You're not being hip. You're being an ass, personally. You're not hip, you an ass. If you want to learn something, white people and other races, I'm going to teach you something today. And pass it to your brethren. See, you get it mixed up. There's different classes and races. You have your upper class, lower class, etc. In the mental, we're not talking about financial. Not all black people is cut from the same cloth, just like not all white people and other races is cut from the same cloth. Does that make sense? Maybe, okay, you don't understand what I mean by cloth. I'm turning down the music for a moment so you can understand. Not all white people are the same. Not all Asian people are the same. Not all Indian people is the same. Got me? Depends on location, who they are. So because you watch TikTok, Facebook, or you look at a commercial eating a black man eating chicken and saying, "Oh, this is nice chicken," you thinking this applies to all black men and women. So you can come say, yo. No. You don't do that. You being offensive. You offending me. Just sir is good. Or if you want to email, Mr. Greatness, the end. You're welcome. So that's very offensive. So anyway, I'm just listening. I just got through the call, but then I'm talking to him straight. He's trying to talk to me jive. And then he asked me what I do for a living. And I told him and stuff like that. Then he knew, there's some intelligence with that black man. Because I'm not talking to him in yo. I'm still talking to him in an intelligent manner. So I'm thinking he will pick up how I'm addressing him. I'm not responding, yeah, man, yo, it's real out here, man, yo, fat, it's real out here, fat, yo, yeah, hook me up with the program, fat. No. See, so some white people and a lot of white people in other races are dumb, actually. Dumb. A lot of white people, I'm going to say it again, a lot of white people in other races are dumb because they just thinking this is a stereotype of all black people and this is how they are and I could just say this. And that reverts back to Hollywood. A lot of these white people, they feel the same way. That's why they have these racial moments. They say to their family and friends and they end up slipping. It's something they can't even help themselves. A lot of entertainers. A lot more. Michael Richards, he did a stand-up. He had a total meltdown. Michael Richards, I think he was one of the actors that played in TV show Friends, I think. Well, anyway, in 2006, doing the stand-up, Richards used racial slurs towards a black audience. And that, he just made that known. And then he come back and say, I'm sorry. I didn't know, they always sorry. I didn't know what's coming to me. A lot of actors, even in the early 1900s, the list could go on and on. This is how they feel. What's in Hollywood from these producers and actors? They racist. There was rumors. I'm just gonna say rumors, allegedly. See, you got white people that. Here's the funny thing about the game of life. You got white people, and this is in history. And I dealt with white people in real time. They will, which is in Hollywood, is also in today. But I'm going back and forth so you can understand. You got white people that will smile with you. And this in Hollywood, this is producers, whatever. There's white people that will help black people to the cause, for the cause. Make sure I get this right. White people have helped out black people in a lot of different ways. Personal life, business life. They will even marry you, have children by you. See, this is where the game is getting more confusing. So you would think, oh, this is a good white man. This is a good white woman. Because for centuries, not centuries, I'm exaggerating, for years, they will help out a cause. They have black friends. But then they will make a slick comment. Say the N word with the ER at the end. I've dealt with white people that like that. And then I heard them, this N word, he said something to me and I just called him a dirty N. But Mr. Greatness, don't be offended because you one of the good black people. You notice I stumbled. You one of the good black people. But this and I'm like, hey, yo, where are we going with this? So are they really good? Now, there's levels to this, of course. You find this in Hollywood. In real life, they both interchange. But it makes you wonder. Now, there was rumors about like Frank Sinatra. He supported civil rights in the 40s and 50s. He worked closely with Sammy Davis Jr. in opposed segregation in Las Vegas. However, some critics pointed to certain stereotypes in films of the era and his complex relationship with power struggle. But he was often cited as progressive for his time on racial issues. But there was certain, I know, little clips, and I can't remember, but he's calling Sammy Davis Jr. like that's my boy, and not boy like I maybe I'm reading it differently, but more of a master to servant type of vibe. Now, you might say, Mr. Greatness, that's a stretch. I never heard I never heard Frank Sinatra even come out in that direction. Well, here's the thing. Sammy Davis Jr. had to go through a heck of a lot. Actually, I admire him. He's one of the black men that I really admire, Sammy Davis Jr., because he had to go through a lot just to create a niche for himself. And he was so multi-talented. He's one of the most multi-talented black men in the entertainment business, point blank, period. He was able to tap dance, form of dancing. He can sing. He could play instruments. He was a good actor. I mean, he was multi-talented. The one of the multi-talented people I think in my mind also was the singer Prince. He could play instruments, he could sing, could produce, he wrote for people, ghostwriting, to my understanding, and then he did some acting. He just popped in my head. That's very unique. But Sammy Davis Jr. was the man, and he opened a lot of doors for black people. I really respect him because he had to go through a lot. Now, he had done some strange things, unfortunately, but I respect what he brought to the table. And see, this is where I would say a person like Frank Sinatra's little funny style to me. And what do I mean by funny style? Yeah, it's the conversation I mentioned before, how white people can do things for black people, but on the back end, show a different other spirit, if that makes sense. Now, all through Hollywood, do their skits, Dean Martin, and the Rat Pack, that's what they was called. It was Joey Crawford, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra. It was another guy too, and then Sammy Davis Jr. They called themselves the Rat Pack, R-A-T Pack, P-A-C-K, and they was a group of guys that were basically trendsetters at that time. They dressed well and just was just moving and shaking. They they was the ones. They was them. They was them. Him. There was himity him. Those guys. They was those guys in the 50s and the 60s. They sing and so forth. But doing their not comedy, but it was supposed to be comedy. But doing their stage performances, a lot of racial talk that against Sammy Davis Jr. And even in the movie, Sammy Davis Jr. movie, even his white wife was saying, why you allow, those guys, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and really Frank Sinatra allowed that because if he didn't want it, he was the leader of the group. He just could have shut that down and said, no, for Sammy Davis Jr., we're not going to mention no racial epithets, no racial words or slick talk towards that. If it was truly on the up and up, even in the name of comedy, there's certain things, certain boundaries. If that's your friend, right, and that's your black friend, there's certain boundaries that should be taken. There shouldn't be no racial slick talk, because that's supposed to be your homeboy, right? That's supposed to be your guy. That he already, especially in the 50s and 60s, had to go through a lot already in terms of racism outside of the performance. So by you adding on to that, I don't think that was cool, even in the name of jokes. So Frank Sinatra did a lot of things, sure, but on the back end, he let me know certain things too. Just saying. Now, I know that's controversial, but again, I just use the example that it's not far-fetched. There's white people that have done a lot of amazing things for black people, but they still had racist points in their heart. I mean, look at Thomas Jefferson, so-called father of the United States, forefathers. He had a side piece, a black woman, and they had children, but he owned a plantation. So what is that? I say this again. He had a black woman on the side, and they had children together. Sally Hemings. But he owned a plantation. So what you saying? And this is what you get in Hollywood. Hollyweird, I call it. This is society. What you hear in racism in Hollywood is just, again, a microcosm of society. Stop thinking this is far-fetched. People do things all the time as personal guilt. Because they childhood, they seen certain things that their mother and father do. I'm talking about white people. So they as an adult, I'm not gonna be that way, that outright racist way like my daddy or my granddaddy or my mama. So they become liberal. But being liberal, liberal of course, they still have that racist ideology on the back end of things. And I just feel a person like Frank Sinatra, I don't know the man, I can't say he was, I'd say allegedly, but it wouldn't surprise me, I put it like that, if he was. But I will have to question it because he said things on stage to Sammy and allow the other members to say things as well, all in the name of comedy. Sammy didn't need that. He didn't need that extra. Now, there's certain things they stood by him because, it was the Rat Pack. But again, the point I'm saying, white people have done things for black people, but on one end and the back end, they said they're racist talks. Doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't surprise me. Yeah, guys like Clark Gable, that with, I put alleged racist ideologies. Bing Crosby, I say allegedly. Shirley Temple, allegedly. Leading to this day and time. Spencer Tracy. I'm speaking in general. There's rumors about Marlon Brando, the guy that played in The Godfather, The Godfather. Charleston Heston. We're going to just say allegedly. Joan Crawford, Mickey Rooney, all the great white people of the yesteryears and even leading to now. We're just going to say allegedly. Katharine Hepburn, allegedly. Hulk Hogan, that was, you heard his audio. Paula Deen. She had a cooking channel. Paris Hilton. Dwayne Chaplin, the bounty hunter, the dog hunter, the dog bounty hunter. Tim Allen. The list goes on and on. A lot of suspected white supremacists. Allegedly. But it wouldn't surprise me. People are who they are. So I pay attention to these things. And I think you should too. In Hollywood, it's racist. We know this. This is something we do know. From the producers to film directors to the actors, female or male, to people that own these studios, these major studios. If they wasn't, they would show much more diversity as and fairness and balance as they doing now. But they're not. Because it's easy to stereotype black people. It's like a layup in basketball. It's very easy. It's easy to black people is the easiest to stereotype and is the most believable. I give you an example. And I give this example quite often periodically throughout my different shows. If you had 4 men, you had a black man, a white man, an Asian man, and an Indian man. And you tell me out of 4 men, they all same height, same education, everything is similar. Background is good, great, all 4 men. And I asked you, out of the black man, white man, Indian man, Asian man, give me 3 of those men that you were, who would be the 3 lawyers and who would be the drug dealer? Out of those, if you had to name off 3 men that you feel automatically would be the lawyers out of that group, and one of them is the drug dealer, which man would be, in your mind, the drug dealer? Yeah, just to show you how whitewashed, brainwashed I am. Automatically I know, and automatically you know. Now, how you don't know me? You know me as Mr. Greatness. You don't know me. I don't know you. But both of us come to the same agreement of who that one person would be: a drug dealer. Why? Because it's been indoctrinated in you. It's been put in your brain that, yes, it's the black man. Now, I don't believe that 110%, but I can give you the answer very quickly, because in society, in white society, North America, US, Canada, European nations, anything white, it's already been put in our brains that the black man is the scum of the earth and the black man don't deserve respect. This is why you, other races, it's easy for you to say yo, 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 because you don't even realize how disrespectful you are. You just think that's the natural flow. Because black man is the drug dealer anyway. He's the criminal minded anyway. He cannot be the lawyer anyway. There's no way. He can't be. He's not intelligent enough. He's not a thinker. He's not business minded. This is what is put out there. This is the stereotype. So guess what? That's what it is. And if you said anything different, you're a stinking liar, because that's the stereotype. That's the disrespect. So in Hollywood, naturally, shows, movies that is acceptable and believable. Black men and black women is ratchet. They're not intelligent. Only thing they can do is dance and sing. So it's when you, as a black man, black woman, is singing and entertaining, that's believable. This is why everybody is comfortable when you singing, because you're entertaining. That's believable. White folks just sit and tap their feet, and hands down, they'll give you that credit, even though now they trying to take away that credit by interjecting more white people and other races as better singers and so forth. But that's a different story for another day. But the stereotype is believable. Dance and sing. You're great at that. But you being a lawyer, you being a nuclear physicist, you being a chemist or a scientist, that's not believable. I need to see some paperwork on that. I need to talk to your professor in college. I need to find out how you grew up in New York City. I need to find out. I need to get references. I need to get a police report that you clean. I need to get references. I need to get 20 references from different people saying that you is a lawyer, and you, and even if you're a lawyer, you can't be a good lawyer. I need to talk to your clients currently or your ex-clients to figure that out. If you was true to the game or doing shady stuff or know what you're talking about. See, I'm being a little facetious by me saying that, but when you're a black man especially, it's not believable that you are a professional. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, so forth. That's not believable. You went to college? You went to university? You spent 8 years becoming a lawyer? You went to 5 years to be a chemist? Got your master's? Nah. Where you got your master's degree? I need to see your degree. And even when you show the degree, I don't believe you, because nowadays you can AI that paperwork. I need to get references, I need to talk to people, and I need a police report to even think about believing. This is the mentality of white people, white racist people, especially in other races. Nah, it's not believable. How you do it? I don't know. Maybe. But see, if it's other races, yeah, you believe it. So in Hollywood, the stereotypes, if you, a black man doing degenerate stuff, snorting cocaine, selling cocaine, having multiple children, and don't take care of it, but nobody, don't have no intelligence, nothing, that's believable all day. Now, you know the trick with all of this is how stupid other races are. But I remember I watched a movie, The Spook That Sat by the Door, I believe. The Spook That Sat by the Door, old 1973 show. See, when you're a janitor or a maid, you could pick up a lot of intel. You know, so my point, what I'm saying to this is, that movie was a very interesting movie. See, if you have a mop in your hand as a black man, you, as they said in the movie, you damn well invisible. You're invincible. Nobody noticed you. And you know what? That applies to this day and time. If a black man have a mop in his hand, and he's always smiling, nobody will notice him. He's good. But when you don't smile as a black man, he must be militant. Let's watch him. Just found that very interesting. So in Hollywood, if a black man have a mop in a movie and he just whistling and singing, take my hand, lead me on, precious Lord, take my hand, take my hand, lead me on. And he's just walking slow and just typical, black, lackey, just, yes, boss. And, moving slow and just with the mop in the hand. And, he just looked like he's always in pain as he's walking slow and say, good morning, boss. Take my hand, leave me on. Good day there, boss. This is a good day, don't you think, sir? He's non-threatening. He can move around invisible. Charlie, he's a good boy. Now, Charlie is 70 years old, but he's a boy. Can't even get that good man. It's just, yeah, he's a fine boy there. I mean, gentlemen. See, they gotta change it up because it's 20. We in the new 20 era, 2000 era, well, 2026. But yeah, he's you can't say just a boy, but he said yeah. They start out, oh yeah, he's a good boy. I mean, fine gentleman, Charlie. Just strutting around there slow. But when you get a black man not smiling, not key, we gotta watch him. I don't know why. I don't know why Jason ain't smiling. He don't smile. Jason, why you don't smile? Jason will say, why should I smile? I'm here to work. I'm getting paid to work, not smile. Oh, we gotta watch him. He's not a team player. He might be compromising the bottom line. We gotta watch him. Stereotypes in Hollywood is real. And this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is in Hollywood and outside of Hollywood. If it's a black man in Hollywood and he just in a commercial eating a bucket of fried chicken, that's believable because all black people eat chicken. How dumb can you be? This is what I mean by other races and black and white people is stupid. Is this all of them? Of course not. But majority of them is stupid. Because if you believe that's the MO for black people, chicken, you don't eat chicken? Like the chicken farms that just say blacks only? Like you don't eat chicken in your race. You don't like chicken. Well, no, Mr. Greatness, fried chicken is y'all. From the South, y'all love fried chicken. Like white people don't eat fried chicken. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken just say blacks only. Like in every state and city and country, there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken or a chicken place. It's just black. You just see black people only. What about the white communities? There's no black people there, and they got fried chicken places. How do they make money? Let's say let's go a part of time. Let's just say Kansas, which is majority. Oh no, let me get more white in that. Let's say Montana, the state of Montana, which is majority. It's like 98. No, I'm even doing one better. Vermont. Vermont, state in the United States, where its population like 98% lily white, and about the other 1% is the other 2% is divvy up with Asians, black people, and Spanish people. Literally, it's like 0.5% of black people in Vermont. I'm just throwing it out there. It's like 98, 95% point blank white people in Vermont. You don't think they got a Kentucky Fried Chicken or some type of chicken shack in Vermont? And you thinking it's just the 0.5% that is living in Vermont of black people is all of them is rushing to the chicken places in Vermont, and they only being and supported and making their money from all the 0.5% of the black people that's rushing throughout Vermont to the chicken places. Or they make their money because the imports of black people coming from New York City, they just swimming over or driving over on 95 North to go to the chicken places in Vermont. No white people really go there. It's just black people. We died in love with chicken. Yeah, we all eat chicken. I eat chicken. That's part of, like, if I'm eating turkey or fish, part of the rotation. Just like it's part of your rotation. But if you put that stereotype in Hollywood, that's believable. Then white people and other races say, oh yeah, they love that. I knew they love all that chicken. Look at them eat. And then you at your house, you got chicken and you eat. You making yourself a chicken sandwich. You idiot. But this is really what they got in the brains of white people. White racist people got in the brains of white people and other races. And in Hollywood, they push that narrative. Even to this day, indirectly and directly. So it is racism. And the only ways to change that narrative is you need to just get your own. Slowly get your own brand within social media. And the good thing about this social media, you can produce small little films, short films, still make good money. It's harder, of course, but you can promote yourself and get money that way, being independent. And you don't have to directly go into Hollywood. Just saying. Like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London. That's MR period Evolution of London on both of those on YouTube. And I did make it. My voice made it through. Oracle 19 podcast is on all major platforms, as I mentioned. iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, just to name a few. Support my different links. I will appreciate that as an independent media personality. I could brand myself like that. As an independent media personality. Support the brand. Until the next time. Take care.